What up, world? Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media, Instagram, Threads, BrandonJaneau, Facebook, The BrandonJaneauShow, and of course TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Go follow me on all of those social media platforms. I do appreciate it if you do. But really, where you go is the YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow YouTube channel. Go follow me on. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go watch the vids, watch the shorts. Um, yeah, hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get into it, man. This is I Bleed Sports. Now, of course, I already did the I Bleed Sports episode earlier this week. So I'm doing my top 10 list of I Bleed Sports. I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks. Started in the 90s, now it's in the 2000s, and it's only right that I take a trip to the MLB for my top 10 teams of the 2000s. As you know how I do my list, I start from 10, go up to 1, explain why each team is on the list, why I have them positioned where I have them. Yeah. If you do not like my list, and this is a very simple thing, man, if you don't like my list, I need you to understand something. You can simply, without a shadow of a doubt, make your own fucking list. It's very easy. It's not that hard. I swear, it's not that hard. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, write the list down. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. All right, let's do this. At number 10, starting off the list at number 10, it is the Seattle Mariners of 2001. They won the most games in baseball in 2001. You wouldn't know it because they didn't make the World Series. That team won what, like 114 games, some shit like that. Like at that time, like I think still to this day, it's like an MLB record of like the most wins in a game. Ichiro, King Griffey Jr., and you couldn't even get to the World Series. Damn, like oh man. Of course, they lost to the Yankees, so it just made it even worse. So yeah, number nine, number nine, it is the 2005 Houston Astros. Now, now to some people, why the fuck aren't the White Sox on this list? Because the White Sox actually beat the Astros this year in the World Series. The reason why is because the Astros for a good couple of years was actually a good team. They just could never get over the hump until that year. That is why I have the Astros over the White Sox. The White Sox, not a diss to the White Sox. White Sox, do your thing. But right after the White Sox won that World Series, they completely and utterly disbanded. Like they just fell off a cliff. The Astros were at least good for at least a couple years, and then they started to like completely and utterly disband. But before and after, but the Astros in '05 was actually a really good fucking team. I mean, a lot of people don't really remember how good that team was. You had the closer, Brian Ledge, you had Lance Berkman, you had Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio. I think Roger Clemens was a part of that team. Andy Pettis was a part of that team. Like, bro, that fucking team was actually stacked. If you actually look at the Houston Astros at that time, Houston was fucking stacked at that time. They just couldn't beat the White Sox. That's it. But and this is when the Astros were still in the NL. Yes, ladies and kids, the Astros were actually in the NL. They weren't in the AL. They were in the NL. So they were in the NL Central. So if you grew up like I did, you remember the Astros, Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, Pirates. That was the NL Central. Yeah, that was the NL Central. So yeah, but the Astros in '05 is number nine. Number eight, number eight. It is the Oakland Athletics. This is the team that the movie Moneyball was made off of. That won 20 something straight games, had a massive record, massive winning streak. This is the team that the movie Moneyball was made from. They lost all their players in 01 and all this shit. And then they got to the world, then they got to the AL championship game and immediately lost to the Yankees. The Oakland A's of 02 wasn't a bad team. They weren't a bad team at all, man. Um, but they just couldn't win. They just couldn't win. Again, Mariners, A's, they just once they went up against the juggernaut of the Yankees, they just couldn't get over the hump. Not their problem, it's not their fault, but they just couldn't get over the hump, man. Number seven. Number seven. It is the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks. Listen, Randy Johnson, the big unit, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, led the Diamondbacks to their first, what, I think only fucking World Series I think they have ever won. And they beat, yes, the Yankees in that World Series. The year where the Mariners and the Diamondbacks was supposed to meet, the Diamondbacks got to the World Series, beat the Yankees, and proved that they were one of the best teams in baseball. Randy Johnson, by the way, like I said, is one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Anybody that sits there and tries to tell you that Randy Johnson isn't, you're just delusional. Number six, it is the Florida Marlins of 03, the only championship team led by rookie Dante Willis. Listen, man, Willis as a rookie pitcher, one of the best ever do it. One of the best ever do it. That Florida Marlins team was so weird that when they got to the World Series, everybody just believed the Yankees were just gonna win it. They're like, nah, fucking Florida Marlins with this team? Are you fucking kidding me? They're not gonna beat the fucking Yankees. Come on, let's get real. And then they beat the fucking Yankees, and we were just like, what the fuck just happened? This is the Florida Marlins team that uh, the Cubs had the fan stick his hand out and get the fucking ball, and you realize that was like interference. That actually caused the Cubs the fucking game, you bastard. I still remember that. Fuck that dude. Fucking asshole. Kept my fucking Cubs from winning the World Series, you bastard. But the Cubs got, of course, they lost to the Marlins in the NL championship. And by the way, didn't make it back to the NL championship until the 2016 season. The Cubs went completely into a fucking downward spiral after that fucking year. But the Florida Marlins won the World Series that year and didn't do shit after. And ain't done shit since. So tell you a lot. Let me recap the list before I go to the top five. At number 10, it is the Seattle Mariners. At number 9, who was oh shit. I got the Astros. The Astros of 05. Number 8. Uh Number 8 was oh shit. The A's. Yeah, Oakland Athletics. Number 7 was the Arizona Diamondbacks of 2001. And number 6 was the Florida Marlins of 2003. Number 5, starting out the list at number 5, it is the Tampa Bay Rays. This team got to the World Series of 2008 with David Price as a rookie pitcher, Evan Longoria, BJ Upton, bro. I fucked with this team heavy, bro. They were the upstarts. They were taking on the juggernauts of the Yankees and the Red Sox, and the fact that they got to the World Series at that time, the Tampa Bay Rays, and I think it was the first year that they actually were called the Rays and not the Devil Rays. They were literally called the Rays, and man, I'd never been so excited to watch, you know, AL playoffs. And yeah, I was a massive fan of the Tampa Bay Rays that year. I mean, literally watching those guys, that team was a young fucking team to get to where they were. So them to win, so for them to get to the World Series that year of all places, like what the fuck? Like, and nobody expected them to get there. No one. Nobody expected them to beat the Boston Red Sox. Nobody. Boston at that time, I think they just came out of like the World Series that year in '07. Nobody expected them to beat the Boston Red Sox, especially finishing I think like second, third in AL East too. Nobody expected them to even get past all of that, and they got to the World Series and won it. I mean, they got to the World Series, they lost, but the fact that they even got there was crazy. It was just like what the fuck. Number four, number four. It is the St. Louis Cardinals of the 2006. Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols in 2006 was the shit. Who else? Fuck, what's his name? Jimmy Edmonds. Jimmy Edmonds. Bro, they had fuck, what was his name? God damn it. Uh shit. It's a pitcher. Got his fucking name now. But Cardinals in '06 was the shit. And this is the Cardinals team in '05 that lost to the Astros in the NL championship game. So the next year they got to the World Series and actually won it. So yeah, did they win it? Yeah, I think they beat Detroit that year. I think they beat Detroit in '06, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Um, but yeah, the Cardinals in '06 was different. Albert Pujols at that time was one of the fucking Albert Pujols at that time was one of the even at that time was one of the most destructive fucking players. Like, bro, you want to see a great player? Go watch Albert Pujols in the 2000s. That motherfucker was goaded. Number three, the Philadelphia Phillies of '08. This Phillies team, Chase Upton, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Upton, Jimmy Rollins. Um, I want to say they had Cliff Lee on this team. I think they had traded for him mid-season. Cliff Lee. You had Brad Ledge, Brad Ledge as a closer, bro. Like this fucking Phillies team was fucking stacked. This is the team, by the way, that beat the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah, this Phillies team was fucking stacked. Like that team was, bro. You watch that fucking Philly team. Ryan Howard, bro. Like that fucking team was fucking stud. Like Lord have mercy, bro. That team was stacked. That team was stacked, bro. I don't shit what nobody say. That Philly team, yeah, man. Number two, the New York Yankees, 2009. You knew they were gonna be on this list. You just didn't know where. Yankees had a lot of great teams in the 2000s. Like I told you, they had one in '01, yeah, one in '03. They had a lot of great teams in the 2000s. They just couldn't win until 2009. And when they got to 2009, for the first time in this entire postseason career, Alex Rodriguez actually showed the fuck up. Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez. I think who else they had on that fucking team? They had a lot of fucking players on that team. Can't remember now who else was on that fucking '09 team, but that's some fucking. They were stacked too in '09. But yeah, that Yankees team in '09 was finally that team. Like you sat there, I was like, yeah, this the team. This the one. But yeah, the Yankees in '09 was the shit. Number one though, it is the Boston Red Sox of 2004. They're one of those teams that stopped the Yankees at one point in their long dynasty. And at the time, Boston was in an arms race with the Yankees for a very long time to try to get people, trying to get people, trying to get people. But in '04, they would lose to the Yankees, and lose to the Yankees, and lose to the Yankees, and literally lost to the Yankees. Lost to the Yankees. It was down 3-0 in this series, by the way. And then something just happened. Like they just caught fucking fire for 4 consecutive nights. Got to the World Series and beat the fucking Cardinals. Like, and you just sit there like, how the fuck did that just happen? Like you sit there like, how the fuck did that just happen? That Boston Red Sox team, still to this day, you it's crazy. Big Poppy, I think Johnny Damon was a part of that team. Manny Ramirez, Pedro Martinez, like Kurt Schilling. Like, bro, that Boston Red Sox team was fucking crazy. The fact that they came back from an 0-3 deficit, which at the time had never been done in any sport, and they did it against that Yankees team with Alex Rodriguez and you know Derek Jeter and Gary Sheffield and Manny Rivera, Roger Clemens, and they came back and won that shit. Andy Pettit, and they came back and won that shit. Never 14. Never 14. And that is it. Recap the list before I get off here. Number one, Boston Red Sox, 2004. Number two, Yankees of '09. Number three, Phillies of 2008. Number four, Cardinals of 2006. Number five, Tampa Bay Rays of '08. Number six, oh shit. Wait a minute. Six. Say Florida Marlins, what the hell that said? Oh my god, I can't remember now. Florida Marlins of '06. Florida Marlins of 2003. Yeah, Florida Marlins of 2003. Uh, number seven. Uh, Oakland A's of 2000 and no, I think the Diamondbacks. I put the Diamondbacks at. Might have put the Oakland A's at number seven. I don't remember. I'll see when I look back at it. Number seven, Oakland A's at number seven. Number eight, Arizona Diamondbacks of 2001. Number nine, uh, number nine, Houston Astros of '05, and number 10, Seattle Mariners of 2001. That is the list. That is the list. I've probably fucked up the order, but I look back at it and then put the right order out there. But until then, this is BrandonJaneauShow. I hope you guys enjoy this. Peace.